everybody, I'm Laurie T Adventures, and this is my first video game review, so we'll see how this goes. Yay! The 90s were a big decade in the point-and-click adventure genre. It's the decade that brought us games such as Myst, The Last Express, and a good amount of the LucasArts adventure games. Now, there was a game that didn't get as much recognition as some of those other titles. This was an old Polish game that was eventually released in English, titled Teenagent. It's an old DOS game, and it's very easy to track down because it's available online for free. Alright, so, Teenagent.
Okay, so this game starts out with these guys bringing gold to the bank and putting it in prison? Well, whatever it is, they're storing gold there. The gold pretty much vanishes right before their eyes. The game then cuts to this Sam & Max style agency that only deals with weird cases. Apparently, they decided it would be a good idea to give a phone book to a fortune teller and ask her to use her powers to determine who should solve the case. She chooses a random teenage boy named Mark. Now, Mark doesn't even want to be a secret agent, but he only agrees because he thinks it'll get him a girlfriend. Mark then gets sent to some sort of training camp and has to complete 3 different tests to prove he can be a secret agent.
Wow. Free tests. Very original plot point.
While doing these tests, I very quickly realized how much the puzzles in this game remind me of the puzzles in Sierra games. In other words, combine every object and hope something works. After completing these tests, you then get put in a random village and you're told you need to sneak into the prime suspect's mansion, armed only with superglue. Yeah, I kind of forgot this was a mystery. One thing that I haven't mentioned yet is the controls. Most point-and-click adventures that don't use the SCUM engine have you left-click to move and interact with other objects, and then the right-click is meant for looking at different things. Haha, not this game. No, it's the opposite. The right-click moves you around and lets you interact, and the left-click observes everything else. I got used to it after a while, but it was really weird and really annoying. Another point that I haven't mentioned yet is the music. The music is actually kind of charming at first, although it very quickly gets annoying. It actually reached a point where I muted the game, simply because the music was driving me crazy. It's extremely repetitive and it's almost too upbeat. And there's only about maybe 4 tracks, so they just keep playing on a loop, over and over and over and over again. Earlier, I mentioned the puzzles. The puzzles were probably my biggest annoyance with this game. A lot of them were just trial and error. A lot of the time, another solution would have been just as logical, but no, you have to use their brilliantly composed solutions. You don't understand what I'm talking about? Here's an example. At one point in the game, there's an acorn that you want from a tree, but it's too high up. The way to get it is to repeatedly click on a squirrel in that tree until he gets annoyed and throws it at you. Now you take that acorn to one of the many random different houses in the village and walk up to a bowl filled with fake fruit. Obviously, the thing that you should do is combine the acorn with the bowl of fake fruit to receive a fake apple. Now take that apple to a random bush behind the mansion you're trying to sneak into. Combine the fake apple with the hedgehog behind the bush to receive a pine cone. Obviously, this couldn't have been accomplished with the acorn you originally had. Now, obviously you need to combine that pine cone with the random feather in your inventory. Next, you combine your feather pine cone thing with a needle from your inventory. Now this clearly makes a dart that you can use to throw at a beehive. Perfectly logical.
Alright, let's see how this works in real life. Thanks, Mr. Hedgehog. Alright. Definitely find some good use for this. I could definitely use this. Need something more. Got it. Well, the random needle I've been keeping in my pocket. So that's smart. Got a nice dart now. totally use this. It's definitely a good idea. Bees aren't gonna, like, retaliate or anything, because, you know, they just threw a dart at their beehive. Oh no.
Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't hate everything about this game. It did have a few redeeming qualities, the main one being the humor. Sure, this game is no Monkey Island, but it still did make me laugh. It was cheesy, over the top, and a little bizarre, but still funny. He had a ton of references to LucasArts adventures, which got a little old after a while, but sometimes they were funny.
Overall, while this game wasn't horrible, it isn't really one that I'll be replaying anytime soon. But if you're looking for a funny, light-hearted game that you could do in one afternoon, then I would recommend this game. It took me only about 2 or 3 hours, so it's really short. And who knows, maybe you'll love the game. In fact, I've heard that the Polish version is a lot better and a lot funnier than the English one. I mean, all the people who said that were Polish. But still, I personally found the game to be really mediocre, but hey, it's short. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you think. Subscribe if you like if you like. And if you want to see me review any other games, then let me know. And if you've got a suggestion for a game for me to review, then please put it in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching! Yay!